Part 18. Exploring the World, starting from the discovery of the White Bone Dragon Pond. Author, Wo Yi Pian Hai. Chapter 171. Yeshi looked at the token in his hand. The token looked like wood but not wood, gold but not gold, and stone but not stone. However, there were two big characters engraved on it. These two characters had nothing to do with heaven, but Shengsu. Even though I don't know how long they were apart, this token still gave off its brilliance when it appeared in Shengsu. Yeshi felt even more magical. But in fact, apart from this, the other reward leaves are all numb, and I don't really care about them. Another thing that I am more interested in is actually the magic whip. But he picked it up and found that now it was just as the system said, it had not been unblocked at all, and other functions could not be used except that it could not be damaged. Yeshi casually glanced at some elixirs, magic mirrors, magic whips, ancient Jotian hexagrams, bronze divine vines. By the way, there is this thing. Yeshi had forgotten this thing. When he was counting it, he thought of it. I quickly clicked on the extraction. Then Yeshi saw a large cluster of ivy appearing in front of him. This ivy's spiritual wisdom is actually the spiritual wisdom of a child of several years old. It originally came to another strange place inexplicably. I was about to teach someone a lesson, but when I was about to take action, I suddenly got a sudden inspiration. He calmed down immediately, and then waved to Yeshi. I quietly found a place I liked better and squatted down, continuing to start my own life. Yeshi couldn't help but be a little surprised when he saw how well behaved this thing was. It was completely different from what it was back then. It's true that those who understand current affairs are truly outstanding. I didn't expect that a piece of ivy can understand current affairs so well. Yeshi didn't pay attention to the pressure a world brought to others. After all, this world belonged to him, so of course there was no pressure for him. But for those creatures from the outside world, they are simply terrifying. Even the most ferocious things will behave like little sheep when faced with this kind of pressure. There's really nothing interesting now. Yeshi nodded confidently. I fell into deep contemplation as I watched this world expand to the outside as I explored its secrets. Especially the much larger Kunlun sacred tree. This guy, every time I see him, I feel like I haven't grown up yet. Yeshi looked at the two white ribbons hanging on the Kunlun sacred tree. It's those two white dragons. He started talking to himself. It's so easy for them, they can grow just by hanging on the tree. After sighing, Yeshi also decided to lay down and lie down. As for the reason for entering Fengxian village this time, he has completely forgotten it. And those special departments who have been watching Yeshi's live broadcast with special concentration. I was very excited to catch up to the end. It wasn't until Yeshi's live broadcast room was closed that I suddenly realized. Wait a minute, isn't the matter still unresolved? Didn't you say you want to stop the expansion of Fengxian village? Has Yeshen forgotten this? Is it possible? Of course, I mean, it's possible. Brother Ye didn't agree to this at all. He said he would go inside and have a look, but he didn't say anything else. So, what are we going to do now? We can't rush into Fengxian village and investigate. Several people looked at each other, and in the end they couldn't say anything. They could only fall into silence, and then they were dumbfounded as they watched the live broadcast start to play back. And when Yeshi woke up feeling refreshed. The internet has been abuzz with a piece of news. That means Fengxian village disappeared for no reason. When he came across this news after surfing the internet, Yeshi was talking to himself while eating the meal served by the intelligent robot butler. This matter probably has nothing to do with me. No, it must have nothing to do with me. I obviously didn't do anything when I went in. After Yeshi thought about this, I saw my blog suddenly became agitated. Like boiling water poured into the magma, news about his suddenly broke out. Yashi clicked in and took a look, his eyes darkened. It turned out that the official was there to thank him for his contribution to the disappearance of Fengxian village and to save XXXXX. Yashi, I don't even know about this myself. What does this have to do with me? It has nothing to do with anything. Yashi thought for a while, but still couldn't think of a reason, but he felt that it had nothing to do with him. So I continued to rest with peace of mind. Before resting, Yashi swallowed a few earth elixirs and fell into a deep sleep. During this sleep, the sky was dark and the earth was dark. Even when I woke up, I didn't know how much time had passed. When another voice came to my ears, Yashi quickly stopped him. That's almost it? Even a mule can't be used like this. Wait for me to rest and go fishing. Bite. After the sound, other sounds suddenly stopped. Yashi was also very pleased and went to start his own life of lying down. Occasionally go online and catch up on the latest news. Or looking at the ocean getting deeper and deeper, and Kraken slowly sinking to the bottom of the sea and accidentally popping up his head, and the little pet he raised. Then I continued fishing without bait and caught nothing. Others follow. The most important thing is that there are actually no fish down here. So Yashi chose to go fishing for dinosaurs in the volcano. In the end, he was really caught by it. The two of them stared at each other, and the other party was frightened to death by Yashi. Yashi spread his hands. I feel helpless. In this very leisurely time, the system also seemed to understand human speech and did not bother Yashi at all. Then, after many days of messing around, Yashi finally decided to stand up instead of lying down. Wait until the next day and let the system inform you what the next map to explore is. Very drastic changes have taken place on Blue Star. The changes between heaven and earth are still next. The most important thing is that something suddenly appears in the world. Occasionally I would be bumped into by someone, and I would scare them half to death. Originally, this situation was rare, but as time passed, it became more and more common. And more people disappeared suddenly, as if they had gone to some other world. Certainly. Strictly speaking, these things are actually within controllable range. What is uncontrollable is the alien spaceship is coming. When I arrived at Blue Star and was discovered, they have fallen within the Blue Star. Now, the entire Blue Star is on edge because of these aliens. Because those who come are not good, and those who are good will not come. Exploring the world, starting from the discovery of the white bone dragon pond. Author, Xuanhuan Hai. Chapter 172. And at this time when the aliens come, there have been many incidents of vicious injuries. That is when the dispute between Blue Star and Alien began. In less than a day, it expanded to a level that many people could not imagine. Yashi was also very surprised when he found out. Are these aliens trying to start a war? Yashi looked at something on the internet. The recorded video showed the purpose of these aliens coming to Blue Star. That is interstellar colonization. It was only after they arrived in the solar system that they discovered what a suitable ecosystem this place was. And when it detects the place with the most life energy, it goes straight to the Blue Star. The technological gap between the two sides is really huge. After all, one civilization has carried out interstellar colonization, while the other civilization cannot even colonize Mars. Yashi looked at these related contents with great interest. He didn't go out to stop it. It's because one person has already left early. It was Zhang Tianqi who Yashi rescued from Fengxian village. One person can resist this entire small team of alien civilization, which makes everyone extremely surprised. I can't even imagine what kind of village Fengxian village is. Fortunately, I used to think that Yeshen went in and out just like visiting his own home. Now it seems that the clown is actually me. Zhang Tianqi is already very powerful, but such a powerful person is still locked in Fengxian village. He has no way to come out and can only wait to die. What's going on? I feel that our blue star is the most dangerous one. One more thing, have you forgotten what Zhang Tianqi of Fengxian village looks like? It can be said that he looks more like a ghost than a ghost, but look at him now, with his proper demeanor as a Tianqi. He is said to be Yeshen. I'll cure him, what a god. Miao Han's miraculous doctor, oh no, Miao Han's miraculous. After all, Yeshen has walked the floating road that only immortals can walk on. To be honest, I don't know if it's because of the changes in the world that Yeshen said. These knowledge that I had never heard of before were slowly mentioned by people, and ancient books appeared. Damn it, the world has risen. Wei also has the function of fixing bugs, right? Huh? Why not? By the way, where is Yeshen now? I wonder if he knows about the alien invasion of Blue Star, and then he was beaten to ashes by Zhang Tianqi's lightning attack. Haven't you noticed that Lao Ye is live streaming fishing every day? Yeah, she was indeed fishing. Anyway, he knew he couldn't catch any fish. So I fished and surfed the internet at the same time, which was very leisurely. But in my heart I said something to the system. Okay, Tongzi, you can continue to bite. Ding, congratulations to the host for lighting up. Yeah, she didn't expect the system to be so well behaved. But when I heard about this map, yeah, she fell into deep thought. He was thinking, why does this map appear here? It's really just a parallel world where novels, TV shows and games are all mixed together, right? These things form a map for exploring the secrets. Yeah, she opened the dot in front of him. Then a complete map of the stars and stars appeared in front of him. Yeah, she nodded. Light up the brightest star. This star is none other than the blue star. Most of the blue star is lit up. In particular, there is a circle of light surrounding the blue star, like a white scarf. As for other places that Yeshi had visited to explore, they all also lit up. Yeshi turned the entire blue star around, turning it to the back. Then I looked at a place and clicked on the model of blue star. Make it bigger, keep expanding. A corner appeared, and in this corner was a kettle lying quietly. Except for the kettle, which had a little dim light, the rest of the place was completely dark. What kind of place is this? Yeshi quickly looked around at the surrounding map, but still could only see a patch of darkness. Good guy, I don't even know how to get to this map this time. Yeshi rubbed his eyebrows. Just don't look at it and continue to lie flat. After the bronze divine vine found a place to live. The longer I stayed, the happier I felt, and I quietly moved my body a little closer to the Kunlun sacred tree. Now, the entire dream world is no longer big. But it seemed very empty. Because there are only a handful of creatures here. But Yeshi never thought about letting humans or other creatures reproduce in his world. So I really enjoyed hearing about the scene in front of me. Certainly. In the process of finding my way to the secret realm I explored this time. Yeshi rode a big octopus and walked around the whole world. Then I discovered a magical place. Yeshi stopped at a corner in the southwest. Countless energy sea water pours into it, like a bottomless waterfall. It is difficult to describe the scene in words. Generally speaking, it is a combination of the map of Atlantis and the map of the infinite sea that Yeshi saw on Mars. A sea eye actually appeared here. Yeshi couldn't help but laugh, feeling that the natural growth of the world was really wonderful. But the most important reason is probably not the energy coming from Mars. It's the Kunlun sacred tree which is not very far from here. At this time, looking towards the Kunlun divine tree from here, you can see billions of worlds shining on it. The energies of different worlds and different dimensions are all attracted by the Kunlun divine tree. And a large part of these different energies are used in the expansion of the world. Another small part is used for the growth of the Kunlun sacred tree. Some of the remaining energy that escaped was captured by the two Chi dragons. Others are gathered in the southwest corner. Therefore, a magical place like a waterfall and an eye of the sea was formed. It looks like Gigzu. Yeshi took a photo of the scene in front of him. Then he posted it on his own Weibo and other platforms, and added a paragraph of text. I discovered a new scenic spot. Does it look like the Gigzu in myths and legends? After Yeshi posted this blog, all his fans were very excited when they heard the news, and made various detailed and terrifying analyses. Others felt that Yeshi was paving the way for the next live broadcast. Although with his popularity there is absolutely no need for foreshadowing. Yeshi actually just wanted to share the beautiful scenery he saw. After traveling around the world, Yeshi rode a big octopus into the depths of Hin waterfall. In the end, I was disappointed. There was nothing there except the energy that had become reality. So Yeshi went to play in the sky again. Walking on the floating road among the nebulae, I saw the distant sacred ruins of an unknown place. I suddenly thought of a very crucial point. Which world is Shengsu in? When can I go there? Ding, please enjoy exploring. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Exploring the world, starting from the discovery of the white bone dragon pond. Author, Wo Yi Pian Hai. Chapter 173. Yeshi was a little confused for a moment. You can't get past this joke, right? Can you put it another way? Yeshi was really speechless. But after lying flat and lying there for so long, Yeshi will finally start a new round of exploration tomorrow. Wherever I went this time, I could only see a kettle in the dark. But as for how to get past the place with the kettle, Yeshi didn't have any idea yet. This did not prevent him from deciding to travel. When the internet was still noisy and messy, Yeshi quietly went to the top of the mountain alone. After climbing up the mountain, Yeshi Fang opened his live broadcast room. Then he waved to the person who just appeared in his live broadcast room. Okay, I didn't expect to meet again so soon this time. Looking down from this high mountain, you will really feel like you are at the top of the mountain, and you can see all the small mountains at a glance. Yeshi took a breath of fresh air from the mountains, and then began to introduce the origin of this mountain. Only some people were left looking at Yeshi's live broadcast in confusion. What is the kettle secret realm? Is there a kettle here? I also said that Yeshen's exploration location this time was on this mountain, otherwise, why would he tell us so many things about this mountain? If you think with your feet, you should know that it is definitely not this place, but what is the kettle secret realm? I don't know what I will see this time. After Yeshi finished telling the story of this mountain, just look inside the live broadcast room and see all kinds of discussions. He thought for a moment and pointed in the direction ahead. This is indeed not the place where I plan to explore, but the direction ahead. It's just that this time I have searched for a lot of information about where I want to go before setting off, but in the end it was still very blurry and I felt like I couldn't see anything. It's strange to say that there are so many unsolved mysteries on Blue Star. I casually flipped through the book and came across this special place that really interested me. But because the location is unclear, I can only explore all the way there now. Yeshi pointed to the deep mountains and old forests in front of him. After he finished speaking, a sword suddenly appeared from behind him, and then hung in front of him. Yeshi walked on the sword. Go directly to the front. There is a primitive forest with almost no people in front of me. I don't plan to walk through it, so I decided to use my sword to see if I can find anything else. Adventure, X, play, square root. I have also discovered this: it is too easy, so we are often the only ones who are frightened, but the person involved has nothing to do with it. I always have a feeling that Yeshen will leave Blue Star soon. What's going on? Maybe it feels like this human being is a little out of tune with us. Alaguo, the resistance to promoting global spiritual practice is too great now, but I feel that with the changes in the world, there may be no need to promote it. I will reveal a piece of news. According to the monitored situation, many people have already started practicing. You upstairs, why did you reveal such an important thing? Although the barrage contained a lot of ridiculing comments at one moment. But those who noticed it still noticed what was going on, and secretly speculated in their hearts. When Yeshi was on the map of the whole territory before, the place he was looking at was within this area. Just because the surroundings were shrouded in black, I couldn't see the specific place clearly. So I started looking for it on the ground. However, there is actually nothing to pay attention to in this virgin forest. So the more I look for it, the weirder it becomes. Something strange happened. It should be in this area, but I don't know why I didn't find anything. I feel like something is blocking my perception, so I'd better go down and take a look. After Yeshi said this, it fell directly from the sky. I didn't feel anything when I was in the sky, but when I actually landed on the ground, I felt a completely different feeling. This area of virgin forest spreads from one point. But it's hard to feel the difference without going into it. It seems that I chose to use the sword to check it out to make it simpler, and I actually did it myself. Yeshi was really speechless. But after landing, he was able to detect the location of what was wrong here. Keep going in one direction. During this time, they saw many extremely strange creatures in the primeval forest, most of which were the kind that made people's scalp numb. Although some of the creatures in myths are a bit scary, they are too far away from them after all. But these things in the primeval forest are too close to the animals that people are familiar with, especially the special abilities of Yeshi's live broadcast room. It made everyone watching the live broadcast feel like they were following Yeshi on an adventure. At this time, being immersed in the scene, even though it was at home, almost everyone's hair stood on end. When Yeshi saw many people screaming in fear. What do you have to be afraid of? Are these things as good as those snake men? Or maybe they are those monsters from Mars. I haven't seen you so scared in those few times. Although this forest has some other special places, these animals are just a little bigger, a little more ferocious, and a little more poisonous than normal animals. There is nothing special about them. After Yeshi finished his supplement, looking at the darkness in front of him, a smile appeared on his lips. Okay, it seems that we are lucky this time. We found it. Look at the darkness in front of us. If we go in from there, we should be able to see what we want to see. I don't want to go in this dark place. I'm a little scared. I'll retreat in advance. It's not you who will go in anyway. Although I haven't arrived yet, my soul has been attracted in. Don't come over. Yeshi. He was really helpless with these funny netizens. But he didn't stop his movements. Instead, he walked directly into the darkness. Something weird happened. Although Yeshen entered the darkness, we can still see the live broadcast room clearly. He can say that he is a god, but he still says that he is just an ordinary explorer. He really makes me cry. Yeshen is so gentle I cry. When Yeshi walked into the darkness, his mind, which had no interest at first, was suddenly mobilized. He said to the live broadcast room, "The darkness here spreads from one place, and darkness has a special ability, which is to turn everything into part of darkness. I can feel this power invading my body. It should be an automatic defense to protect the things inside. But this power is useless to me. Okay, I'm out." Yeshi felt his eyes brighten. And came to a place. Exploring the world, starting from the discovery of the white bone dragon pond. Author, Wo Yu Pian Hai. Chapter 174. What is in front of us should be a small blessed land. It's hard to describe it in words, it's just a cave. And inside this cave, at the very center, there is something. It was the kettle that Yeshi wanted to find. I thought kettle was a pronoun, but I never expected that it turned out to be a documentary word. It's really a kettle, how could it be? It was in vain that I made all kinds of guesses before, but it turned out to be a really ordinary kettle. After going around so many times, I finally found it. Just for this thing I'm a little disappointed, to be honest. Have the disappointed people upstairs ever thought that maybe Yeshen's live broadcast exploration has just begun? Don't think about it, the designation has just begun. Because Yeshi stepped forward and picked up the kettle. The sky spins for a while. Yeshi disappeared directly. Here we go, the familiar picture finally appears in front of us again. It's so fun, it's really like a special show, we have to give us a makeover almost every time. Laughing at others now, I think we are actually the ones who will be punished later. You still have to be heartbroken to kill people, right? When Yeshi walked out, he heard a reminder from the system. Ding, congratulations to the host. The exploration of the kettle map has increased by 16%. The overall progress is now 16%. Ding, congratulations to the host for unlocking the first puzzle piece of the Kettle Secret Realm. The reward is Kettle Secret Realm X1, Giant Spirit Green Flame Realm X1, Special Tree Species X30, Gold X500G, and Kettle Secret Realm Village Fragments X2. Kettle Secret Realm Illustrated Book, Kettle Forest, Kettle Secret Realm, Giant Spirit Green Flame Realm. Kettle Forest, in fact, this forest is far from as simple as you see. It is a bit regretful because the world has not yet completed a complete dimensionality upgrade. Therefore, the special features of this forest have not been revealed, otherwise what you see will never be the same. It will look like this, including those ordinary animals and plants, will appear in front of you in a different appearance. The kettle, you saw the kettle, and then you saw the kettle, and okay, that's over. Giant Green Flame Realm, it's still due to the limitations of the world, so what you see is not perfect, but don't worry, as the world recovers, the process of the entire world is advancing rapidly, at least in the Kettle Secret Realm everything has returned to normal, and when you come out, you will find that the world has undergone another huge change. Special Tree Species, this is a very special seed in the Kettle Forest. You can only know what it looks like after you plant it and wait until it grows. Gold, this is a special kind of gold produced in the Kettle Forest. Its specific function is to make you less human. If you choose to swallow gold, you will find that the entire Kettle Secret Realm is different. When Yeshi heard these rewards, I just walked over and picked up the kettle. I originally wanted to take a closer look at this thing. Then he sent himself in. Everyone could only see a kettle falling on the ground without any support. Then there was the barrage like before. Yeshi entered the secret realm of the kettle. It's just that this Kettle Secret Realm is very different from what he imagined. The reason is, Yeshi fell into a pile of butter. He was completely stupid. What the hell is this place? Yeshi climbed out of the butter, with some butter on her mouth. He took a lick and it felt so sweet and delicious. It wasn't until Yeshi stood up that he realized. I am not something that fell into the butter. Instead, a tree made of cream was crushed. Yeshi walked on the ground, looking at the world in front of me. This world? Have I come to the world of fairy tales? The previous surprise made Yeshi more confused than this time. And the live broadcast room outside doesn't know why. I waited for a long time and didn't wait for the anchor's perspective to change, so I stared wide-eyed and didn't know what to post. What's going on? It's been 2 minutes, why haven't you switched the camera yet? I finally understand the importance of this exploration. It turns out that the point of view is here, really. No, I want to see what's inside the kettle, let me see it, make me healthy, let me be healthy quickly. Me too, my curiosity has been aroused like never before. It's really humming funny, I'm laughing to death. And at this moment, Yeshi. He could feel the softness of the ground when he stepped on it. If you look closely, you will see that the ground below is actually made of bread. Curious, Yeshi dug up a piece and tried it. Result. It's quite delicious. What kind of world have I come to? Yeshi turned around and looked at the forest behind him. This large forest is composed of different types of butter trees. Just looking at it from a distance can drive some cream lovers crazy. And Yeshi looked around. I just want to see what the netizens in the live broadcast room think about it. When I looked up, I didn't see the familiar label. I can't help but be puzzled. System, didn't you come with me? Ding, not yet, it's being upgraded, it will be ready soon. Yeshi erred and nodded. Okay. Then I'll see what's going on in this world first. While Yeshi was saying this in his mind, he took another step forward and saw a mushroom made of blueberry jam. He stepped forward decisively to pick the mushroom. Then dug a piece of bread off the ground, and then dipped it in it and ate it. I don't know why the food here tastes so good. Tongzi, have you finished upgrading? Ding, congratulations to the host, unlocking a more advanced live broadcast room. The perspective of the live broadcast room has been converted, and it will be broadcast live in 10 different worlds. Yeshi? Wait a minute, I don't quite understand. You mean, it's a different world to broadcast live? Ding, yes, congratulations to the host. Yeshi. While he was communicating here about which 10 worlds they were. Exploring the world, starting from the discovery of the white bone dragon pond. Author, Wo Yi Pian Hai. Chapter 175. It's weird, I'm not sure, I'll check again. Am I dreaming now? Got it, I must be dreaming. OMG, Cake House, this is really my dream world, my god. I blinked, then blinked again. Oh, it turns out it's not a problem with my eyes, it's a problem with the world, then it's okay. Yeshi quickly communicated with the system. After asking which worlds the 10 worlds were, I finally got the names of 9 worlds I had never heard of before. Yeshi chose to continue asking. Then he got an answer that asked him to explore freely, and Yeshi chose to shut up. The viewers in the live broadcast room also quickly discovered the changes in the live broadcast room this time. What's going on? Why did the number of people increase so much all of a sudden? What's wrong? Did Yeshen bring in the ants as an audience? I don't think so, because the barrage they posted uses characters that I don't recognize at all. Alien text? After Yeshi saw that the live broadcast room returned to normal, he waved to the top. Hello everyone, we meet again. Now I have a lot of new friends, and we can communicate with each other and express our feelings. What is this? What are you? Why is it completely different from us? Wow, is this a new world? It's really full of fascinating smells. Besides our blue star, there are already 9 other worlds watching my live broadcast with everyone. It just so happens that the Kettle Secret Land we visited this time is more attractive than the previous places. 9. Yeshi no longer paid attention to the various croaking in the live broadcast room, as well as the water friends mixed with some human language. Instead, he chose to continue walking forward. Inside the Kettle Secret Realm, there is almost a scene at every step. No, it's one step at a time. Today really opened my eyes. To be honest, taking a few steps here has enriched my food list. Where is the pizza water hole? That's right, let me go eat pizza. We are having a quarrel here. Lao Ye, from what world did you recruit these people? Why don't they all speak human words? Damn, I want pizza too, especially the pizza in front of me looks very delicious. Originally, I thought there would be something dangerous in the Kettle Secret Realm. After all, when viewed from the outside, the area shrouded in darkness is very dangerous. I didn't expect, I came in and just ate. Hey, why is it that this exploration is just for vacation? It just so happens that I will do a live broadcast of food, so that people from other worlds can come and see Blue Star's food. Yashi said as he took out a piece of the unusually colored pizza. Wow, this is roast duck pizza. I haven't eaten this kind of pizza before. The cheese is wrapped in roast duck. It also has a different flavor, rich meat aroma, and a refreshing fragrance of flour. Yashi took a bite, and the cheese exploded, hot, and the aroma spread along the screen, making everyone who watched it extremely greedy. You might as well go fight monsters, woohoo, it's night now. I originally watched your live broadcast just to improve myself, but it made me hungry. I'll place an order for a pizza right away, wait for me. What an old poison, you deserve to die. I'm going to place an order too. What is this? Where can I find it? Is it on your planet? Can you tell me the location of a planet? I'm driving a spaceship to buy things now. I also want to give it a try. Yes, she really discovered that the food in this kettle's secret realm is truly unique. As a person who likes eating this kind of fast food, he likes it even more. I took a look and found that there should be indigenous people in this world, but I don't know why I didn't meet them. I'll just eat something and then walk around inside to see if I can find anything different. Yes, she was in a very relaxed mood. Especially after a delicious pizza and a glass of iced milk tea. Because of his live broadcast, the entire Blue Star food delivery industry today exploded with orders. Many people are drooling while frantically opening yellow apps and blue apps on their mobile phones. As a result, on this night, the takeaway food sold could go around Blue Star twice. And people in other worlds are also aroused. I don't know why, but they also started to swallow their saliva for this delicacy that belongs only to humans. Then those who fry bugs, those who dig wild vegetables, those who eat energy blocks. But there is no one in the world that can cook as good as Blue Star's delicacies. Therefore, they became even more greedy. Where is your planet? Please send the coordinates. I will activate my impulse, cross space, and go to your place to eat. PS. Don't come here, brother, we actually can't give everyone a pizza here. If you want to eat, my suggestion is to lick the screen more. There is a saying that looking at plum blossoms will quench thirst. I hope you can learn from CAO Thief. What kind of pizza are you eating? There are so many delicacies here, why do you only see pizza? Look at the hot golden rice over there, as well as the grilled lamb chops, and even the sticky rice that looks very delicate at first glance. As a southerner, I really love rice. The white and big steamed buns, what's going on with that dumpling? Why are they still glowing? Fortunately, my stomach is a bottomless pit, otherwise I really wouldn't be able to eat so much. Yes, she rubbed his belly. Looking at the maple candy bar in my hand, I burped. But what is going on in this place? I originally thought there would be indigenous people, but after walking for so long, I still didn't see anything. Besides the endless variety of delicious food. Yes, she looked at the river flowing with golden honey. Lost in thought. And when Yeshi pointed the camera at the river of golden honey, everyone discovered that every fish inside was actually made of different pastries. There is also a durian carp. My horizons are opened. Who isn't? I've also whetted my appetite. Yeshi caught a fish and thought about it. I really don't want to eat it. I'll draw a lucky viewer and I'll give this durian fish to you. Yeshen, honestly speaking, do you hate durians, or do you just don't want to eat them? Slap me, what I love most is smelly things, so now I live in a latrine. You upstairs, are you from another planet? Our Blue Star does not recognize such weird and perverted things. Yeshi asked the system to randomly create a large draw wheel in the live broadcast room. Finally, a lucky spectator was selected and the fish was mailed over. Just delivered the express delivery from another planet. Yeshi heard a very young voice, with a little timidity in her tone. Hello, are you the new gentleman who joined our home? You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Exploring the world, starting from the discovery of the white bone dragon pond. Author, Xuanhuan Hai. Chapter 176. When the sound is heard. Yeshi happened to deliver his express delivery and asked a fishman-like person in that world to remember to receive the goods. I heard this sound. He raised his eyebrows and secretly thought that the business was coming. But I didn't expect that the tinkling sound in my ears sounded for half of the time, and then got stuck again. He was still waiting for a reminder from the system to see what was making the noise. Therefore, when the system is stuck, he was slightly surprised. It seems that this kettle secret realm is really special. Ding, yes, he and your host's dream authority can cooperate with each other. This world is extremely special. Please explore it on your own, host. Yeshi. Can you say anything else besides telling me to explore on your own? Although I complained in my heart. But Yeshi's actions were unambiguous. He turned and looked to the other side, where the sound appeared. Then I saw a girl in a red cloak. Yeshi. Announcement to everyone, following the arrival of Tomcat, Little Red Riding Hood is also here, everyone, look. Then, it turns out that this place is really a fairy tale world. I'm looking forward to Snow White, Siha. Then I'll look forward to the Evil Queen. People can't, at least they shouldn't. Although Cao died, the spirit of Cao's thief will be passed on forever. Why the topic turns here, it has something to do with everyone. I don't understand what you are saying at all. Yeshi saw that the extremely active Blue Star humans were conducting various science popularizations with people from other worlds. This wave is cultural export. Yeshi finished speaking. He looked at Little Red Riding Hood. And Ding, who was originally stuck, also appeared. Ding, congratulations to the host for unlocking the first character in the Kettle Secret Realm, Little Red Riding Hood. She is a character with a very broad network of people. Her favorite thing is to go to the forest to pick mushrooms. However, there is no Grandma Wolf in the forest because the wolf grandma also lives in the village. You will see a fantasy world, please host be prepared for everything. Yeshi's heart moved. I am very interested in this statement about the system. I am a traveler who has just entered this world. I'm not a newcomer to the village you mentioned, but I want to visit your village. Can you lead the way with me? Yeshi also used the special accent and language style here to talk to Little Red Riding Hood. It's just that many people watching the live broadcast thought it was very weird. Why does it feel like I'm coaxing a child? Little Red Riding Hood was a little surprised. Ah, then you are actually a new villager. It was the village chief who asked me to pick you up. No one has come here for a long time. What is the outside world like? Do you mean traveling by traveler? I am actually very curious about the outside world, but we have no way to communicate with the outside world. Even if there are merchants, they will not tell me about the outside world. Can you tell me about it? Yeshi looked at the other party's sincere eyes and thought for a while before telling him some things about his studies at Blue Star. The Blue Star people were not surprised at all when they heard these things. But for the other 9 very different worlds, it is extremely valuable. There are also some people who have unpredictable ideas and want to colonize, and they are eager to absorb this knowledge. But there are still smart people in the 9 other planets. They explored the interface of this live broadcast room and found that they could view Yeshi's previous live broadcasts and some random records. One of the winged octopuses started to look at it. When it clicked on the first live broadcast room, it looked at Yeshi's original live broadcast room name. I am very curious about the word dragon, but I have never come across any relevant information before. So when he saw the black python, the entire octopus trembled. And when I saw Along appear, he was even more frightened and screamed, making the people next to him think that some powerful enemy was invading. They all picked up their weapons. For these things. Of course Yeshi didn't know, and even if he knew, he would just laugh it off. Yes, the outside world is roughly like this. But what I'm telling you is what the world I'm in is like. I haven't actually had much contact with more planetary worlds. After all, I'm just a fledgling, mediocre traveler. Little Red Riding Hood has stars in her eyes. She looked at Yeshi with admiration. Your world is so fun. It's not like me. Apart from picking mushrooms in the forest or going to the library to read, I have never been exposed to anything else. The world you describe is much more interesting than the outside world imagined in the book. Thank you, Mr. Traveler. Little Red Riding Hood put down her hood. Then he put his hand on his chest and saluted Yeshi. So cute, I am a single person and suddenly want to raise a daughter. Look at yourself, don't you think you can give birth to such a cute little girl? But this world is still a bit strange. How come there are traveling merchants? I thought it was just a kettle secret realm, but I didn't expect it to be a world of food. Then I met Little Red Riding Hood. Really, my cognition is always easily overturned by Yeshen. Although I don't know where Little Red Riding Hood came from, this world of mine gives me a very beautiful and dreamy feeling. Your world is so lucky to have such a world. When I find your world, I must open the Starry Sky Ancient Road and go take a look. Starry Sky Ancient Road, I will thank God if you don't run into the red-haired brother. It's better to wait for Yeshen to explore your world. Just when the barrage was full of water topics. Yeshi had been taken to their village by Little Red Riding Hood. But when he saw the big sign of the village just now, Yeshi felt something was wrong. Little Red Riding Hood, can you tell me why your village is called Yang Yang Village? You are not a sheep, right? Yeshi was really puzzled. Especially when he saw the green grassland that looked like a candy bar. The whole person was numb. Exploring the world, starting from the discovery of the white bone dragon pond. Author, Wo Yi Pian Hai. Chapter 177. It can only be said that many things in the world catch people off guard. For example, the secret realm of the kettle that Yeshi explored this time. Many people made various guesses, but even after exhausting their imagination, they could not imagine that there was actually a place full of candies and other delicious fairy tale worlds. For example, in the current sheep and goat village, all the houses are candy houses with different colors and flavors. However, there are no sheep inside, but instead various fairy tale creatures. My coming to your world really broadened my knowledge. I really didn't expect that I would not only meet Little Red Riding Hood, but also walk on the Ching Ching grassland, and meet the big wolf. What kind of world is this? Yeshi rubbed his eyebrows. The people watching his live broadcast also made the same action at the same time, obviously feeling that the scene in front of them was a bit outrageous. Yeshi looked at the big wolf, who reached out to him and asked for a handshake. After thinking about it, he still put his hand over. Welcome, explorers. Everyone is a very enthusiastic Yang Yang villager, especially me. Explorer, if you have anything you need to know in the future, you can come to me and I will try my best to solve it for you. I am the village chief of Yang Yang village. Yeshi. He tried hard to organize the language. I would like to ask you, the head of Yang Yang village, did you choose this name because you like to eat sheep? So direct, I like it so much, ha 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 ha, I want to see how big wolf responds. Please watch Reporter Yes interview, funny. Ah, big wolf's face feels a little darker, but isn't it natural for wolves to eat sheep? Little Red Riding Hood seemed a little surprised that Yeshi was so direct. She covered her mouth with her hands and opened her eyes wide. The Red Hood swung behind her, looking at Yeshi for a while and then at big wolf. Big wolf's expression was slightly stiff, but it soon returned to normal. No, explorer, please enter our village first. The house I just gave you has been cleaned by someone. As for this name, it was a name voted out by me and the village committee. Yashi heard the other party say so much, but his steps did not move. Instead, he asked another question. So, how did you know that I came here? Do you still have a divination witch here? Oh, a witch? There is a witch, but she doesn't live with us. If the explorer wants to meet a witch, I'm afraid it can't be done now. Please come in now. We've held a banquet for you. As for why we found you, it's because there is another star in the sky, and we know that there will be stars coming. Several people looked in the direction that Big Wolf was pointing. Yashi indeed saw an unusually bright star, and it seemed that it had a lot to do with him. So he nodded and confirmed the answer. Then he stepped in and saw nothing strange. Those who were afraid that the fairy tale would turn into a dark fairy tale breathed a long sigh of relief. I also said that if I put one foot in, it would turn the world upside down, but now it seems that I thought too much. Put aside Lao Ye's expression, I had just suspected that Big Wolf would turn into a chainsaw murderer, but the result is just like this. It really seems like a fairy tale, warm and dreamy. All the houses in the village are colorful candy houses. Big Wolf took Yashi to a newly built pink candy house that was still radiating heat, and then turned around to ask Yashi to put his luggage inside. It turned out that Yashi didn't have any luggage, so he smiled awkwardly. I didn't expect that the explorer didn't bring anything, but let's take a look at your new house, and then let's go to the square to celebrate our new member joining Yang village. Its tone changed from plain to high, and Little Red Riding Hood on the side also jumped up. Then he pulled Yashi and jumped forward. Today's party is specially held for you, Mr. Explorer, don't be restrained. Yashi looked helplessly at the camera in the sky, but he didn't pay much attention to the barrage in the live broadcast room. So well behaved, so enthusiastic, I want to raise a daughter too. Yashen doesn't even talk to us properly anymore, he only looks at us occasionally. Look at the red carpet Yashen is stepping on, it's strawberry jam. Someone who is spreading strawberry jam on my bread, has a complicated mood. Yashi walked to the square, took a quick glance, and couldn't help but feel dizzy. Because the characters appearing here are all familiar ones from fairy tales, most of them are sitting in their own seats. A few of them were running around and playing. Congratulations to the newcomers on joining Yang village. When I saw it, I didn't realize that this time was actually about exploring a secret. It looked like I was going on a vacation to enjoy life, but it was just because of the hard work of us people. After a party that everyone was happy with ended, Yashi couldn't hold himself any longer, especially when he walked in front of his pink candy house. He was immediately embarrassed. Today's encounter really excited me more than all the previous plots put together. I believe everyone is the same. You have met your childhood playmates who have been with you since childhood. I think you who are still watching the live broadcast must feel very surprised. Don't say it, it will ruin the 3 views. Who has been laughing non-stop since seeing Peppa Pig jumping into Lao Ye's arms? Is it me, or me? There is another pig, Pigman. Why can't this mean that our god Ye and Pigman have a high fate? No, the funniest thing is not that Lao Ye agreed to tour other villages under the pressure of the drunken Big Wolf. Can you please pay attention to your wording upstairs? You are obviously going to another village to attend the orientation meeting. Bad smile. Yashi didn't sleep. In the process of chatting, time flew by quickly and it was morning. Yashi checked the time on the netizens page and found that the night time here was only 6 hours. Of course, these are not important. Because Yashi already knew what he was going to get here. It is the control of this secret realm, and then fill it in his own authority. Your own authority will be further expanded. And before reaching this destination, now comes the important thing, that is, where is the control of the secret realm? Find it yourself when you need it. So, after he picked a few candies from his pink candy house and ate them. Ready to visit other places. Anyway, although this village is a bit strange, it has nothing to do with the authority of the world. Exploring the world, starting from the discovery of the white bone dragon pond. Author, Xuanhuan Hai. Chapter 178. Yeshize left Yangyang village. After walking outside for a while, I felt that it didn't last long, just half an hour, but I also found that the flow of time was completely different. I feel like this world is weird no matter where it comes from. Actually, if the entire world was made of food, it would be normal. What is abnormal are the indigenous residents here. Why are they like this? Although this is all very beautiful, I still want to find out the underlying reasons. As expected of an explorer, if it were me, I would definitely enjoy life and delicious food here. The food on this planet you are on will make people forget everything. Actually, I'm still not used to watching Yeshen's live broadcast with aliens from 9 different planets. It feels weird. Think about how we have been looking for aliens for so long but found nothing. Now that so many have appeared, shouldn't we be happy, dog head? Yeshi actually just went out to walk around, and for some reason his identity as an explorer suddenly spread throughout the world. Therefore, the Dumbo and other fairy tale creatures he encountered not only did not stop him, but instead helped him and showed him the way. The last Alice, wearing a beautiful dress, lent her unicorn to Yeshi as a means of transportation. So Yeshi rode the unicorn on the road. Alas, poor explorer. Alice's sighing voice dissipated in the air, and no one could hear it except itself. Yeshi really didn't hear it, because he had gone very far and came to a high tower. His long, waterfall-like hair hung down. He looked up and met Rapunzel's beautiful eyes. Yeshi. It's seduction, it's seduction, it's definitely seduction. I carefully counted how many princesses I have met now, and they are very two-dimensional in appearance. They are as beautiful as elves. It seems that every one of them has a crush on Yeshen. It's like hell. Rapunzel, isn't this tower edible? Why didn't Rapunzel choose to eat the tower slowly and then come down? You're so cool upstairs, but to be honest, this is dark chocolate, it's extremely bitter, not to mention there's so much, I can't eat it. The moment Yeshi met Rapunzel, his eyes became strange. In the end, he chose to fly up, then stepped on his sword and hung it in front of the only window of the tower. You. Are you the explorer from outside? You look really personable, just like the explorer I imagined you to be. I want to ask you to do me a small favor. Please also tell the wolf in the north to stop trying to eat the tower and save me. If it is him, I don't want to go down. Yeshi. If you are good looking, I promise you the life-saving grace. If you are not good looking, I will repay the life-saving grace by being a cow or a horse in the next life. I am laughing to death. If you don't be a good wolf, you will be a licking dog, right? Yeshi was actually more curious about Rapunzel in the fairy tale, and when he heard this, he didn't know what to say. Then you don't want to leave the tower. If Little Red Riding Hood hadn't learned that Rapunzel knew astrology, Yeshi would have really wanted to turn around and leave. Unexpectedly. When Yeshi finished speaking, a soft palm was placed on his hand. Thank you, explorer, please take me down. It's so miserable. I'm talking about the little wolf under the tower who is chewing the tower with difficulty. It's too cliché. I just saw it today. You can't imagine what a goddess can do. I kind of want to cry, because I was such a licker back then. Look at the wolf running from the north below. Damn it, it's crying. Oh my god, Rapunzel stood on Yeshen's sword and hugged Yeshen. This licking wolf cried so sadly. Yeshi. He hissed, finally chose to do nothing, and then Edgeworth fell to the ground. I saw Rapunzel landing on the ground and giving Yeshi a standard courtesy. In the background, a sad wolf ran towards the distance. Thank you, explorer, you saved me. My fairy godmother said that if a hero saves me from the tower, then I will marry that hero. Rapunzel's face showed a hint of redness. Too proactive, I want to cry, really. The routines are layered one after another, and it turns out that really handsome guys are all chased by others. It's not that this differential treatment is really too much, is it that we don't treat us wolves as human beings? The licking dog broke the defense, it made me laugh to death. Golden Mouse, am I the only one who thinks something is wrong? Yeshi. He really felt that the sequence of events was a bit outrageous, but he also had an inexplicable feeling that these unexpected events had a lot to do with the nature of the world. After politely refusing and asking for help with astrology, Yeshi continued to search for the authority of the world. Then what happened next became more and more outrageous. Under the witness of everyone, Yeshi encountered 5 times of throwing herself at him, even including men, and 3 times of being a hero saving beauties, including saving a rabbit, and then the rabbit turned into a beauty and asked for her life in return. Abacus beads broke on my face, I couldn't see it once, but I can see it after so many times. What's going on? The whole world is using a beauty trap on the old man Yeshen, right? It seems that the previous licking wolf doesn't need to be so sad. It's not your goddess who is targeting you, but your world that is targeting you. Why do I feel even more sad after hearing what the above said? Yeshi frowned. It should be that this world feels that I want to find her? So it has been trying to stop me. He said so. But after thinking about it, he felt something was wrong. But they are giving me so many things to do that I am getting annoyed even if they are not. Can you be more direct and tell me the problem? Golden-haired shellfish, then I would like to put forward an opinion. I think they want Yeshen's offspring. I wonder if you can understand what I mean. If not, just pretend I didn't say it. Everyone. Yeshi. He was instantly inspired and felt more and more that the world might be thinking this way. But why? I saw Yeshen's eyes change. I understood. It turned out that they were paying a lot of money to have a child. Does this world also have gender? No. Why do they want Yeshen's offspring? Is it so popular? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Exploring the world, starting from the discovery of the white bone dragon pond. Author, Xuanhuan Hai. Chapter 179. Why do you spend so much money to ask for a child? I laughed so much that I vomited it. It's weird, not sure, let's check again. Looking at it again, it's really weird. What's wrong with you? How did you come up with the words spend a lot of money to seek a child when you saw such a fairy tale scene? Maximum level boss massacres novice village. When Yeshi saw Jin Mao Bei's barrage, he felt that he had been fully reminded. However, I never expected that something serious would become abnormal once it came into the mouths of these netizens. What does it mean to spend a lot of money to get a child? What's your logic? How did you get here? He is anxious, he is anxious, he is anxious. After Yeshi complained a few words angrily, he thought about the reason why it happened to him, and wondered whether the 8-9 inseparable 10 society was related to the authority of the world. The world must have noticed his intention to come in. However, when he realized his intentions, he could teach himself a lesson or stop him as much as he wanted, but it was too outrageous to think of his own descendants. To be honest, Yeshi still doesn't believe it now. But the most common guess is that this guess is more likely. Forget it, there's no point in standing here and guessing. I'll continue walking inside to see what this world is like. But I've been walking for so long. Although I can't see where the edge of the world is, I can still feel that the seasons have changed. And because of the change of seasons, the food produced in this world also changes its flavor. What's even more strange is that these local residents, such as the unicorn someone gave me before, seem to be restricted by an area and cannot leave this area at all. I don't quite understand the reason for doing this yet, but I have some guesses, and it probably has something to do with this special world. Because it went out of a certain range. The season here seems to have changed from spring to summer. and Yeshi no longer suffered from the endless encounters like before. Instead, he seemed to have returned to the way he had just come into this world, unable to touch anyone. System, aren't you still going to inform me of the progress of my exploration? Why didn't you announce it again after the first time? Ding, the Kettle Secret Realm map is extremely special. Host, you haven't figured out the next stage of the process yet. Yeshi understood a little. In that case, do those people who have touched me before have anything to do with the process of the next stage? Ding, host, please explore on your own, but here is a small reminder, yes, that's it. Yeshi was about to ask more questions, but stopped immediately. Because he saw a special existence. A coffin lying on the road. The coffin should be made of a special fruit. The person lying inside seemed to be a woman with snow-white skin and a slightly red face, who seemed to be asleep, but was actually dead. OMG, it's you, Snow White? Shocked, a coffin suddenly appeared on the road. Is this the loss of humanity or the loss of morality? Oh, my princess, Yeshen, the memory of the dead suddenly attacks me. Yeshi looked left and right and found that there was no place to take a detour. He couldn't help but feel speechless. Isn't this intentional? There is a coffin lying on the road. This is aimed at me, right? Yeshi I sighed with emotion. I just want to push this coffin away. Then I discovered that I couldn't push him away. Not only could he not push away, but even if he wanted to fly, there was a special rule that restricted Yeshi. The world has really moved, and coffins have begun to block Yeshen's way. If you want to see the exciting plot next time, please lock the live broadcast and stay tuned. I just checked, this is a coffin made of cranberry sauce, Sihasha wants to eat it. This world is really too simple, Yeshen, if you can't eat, hurry up and carry me over. I will lick everything in front of you clean one bite at a time. What a pervert, our live broadcast room is already impure because of you. What? You are an alien, what's going on, little brother? As Romans do, I have already driven a spaceship to find the location of our big blue star. Wake up, you are not from Blue Star. I don't want you to think, I want what I feel. Yeshi was stopped here, but he didn't feel that the world had finally taken action against him. But this place was originally blocked and no one should be able to enter it. After Yeshi said this, he began to guess what was behind it, and it was worthy of such a big fanfare in the world. He specially built a snow-white coffin to block it? Perhaps, after walking out of here, we can understand something about what happened in this world before. After Yeshi said this, I didn't try the methods on the barrage, such as coming forward for a kiss, or chanting a magic spell, etc. In addition, one of them, Pengzhen, kept urging him to chew the coffin board. Yeshi's face turned dark when he was urged. Why do you like chewing on coffin boards so much? You should save others by yourself, right? Do you chew on coffin boards every day when you are at home and away from home? If you like chewing on coffin boards, just come over and chew on them. Don't think I like it? Peng Wei, you should let me in. If I don't eat this coffin till it's bare, I'll write my name upside down. Family, calm down, there is already a person in our live broadcast room who has set up this flag with his name written upside down. Yunran is me, are you calling me? Yeshi was really speechless about these funny netizens. And I don't know if it's because of the alien's presence, the whole live broadcast room has become more lively than before. The netizens from Blue Star are also playing all kinds of jokes and making fun of it. The whole live broadcast room is full of joy. Yeshi used the sword to cut off a little bit of the coffin in front of him. And then watched the cut part grow at a very fast speed. And quickly restored to its original appearance. Pangbo, what are you waiting for, chew it up? Kinlibuliaxing, no, buddy, although your name sounds like someone from Blue Star, how come you are not from Blue Star? Damn, how come you are an alien? No wonder you like to chew on coffin boards. Golden hair shell, or else Yeshen, try chewing it yourself. I think it may be the rule of this place that it is fun to eat things. Yeshi. He was really shocked when he saw the barrage in the live broadcast room. It felt that since the other 9 alien planets joined the live broadcast room, the style of the entire live broadcast room suddenly became biased. So he righteously denied these people's reminders. It's impossible, absolutely impossible. How could I do such a thing? Ah, it smells so good. Exploring the world, starting from the discovery of the white bone dragon pond. Author, Xuanhuan Pian Hai. Chapter 180. Yeshi didn't feel that he had verified any laws of true fragrance. After all, it was Kraken who gnawed on the coffin. What does it have to do with him, Yeshi? He and the people in the live broadcast room saw a big octopus hanging upside down in the air, then carefully touching the coffin with its tentacles and eating the coffin. They felt very at ease and felt that what they did was very wise. But others? Why does this seem like a close relative of mine? Your blue star also has an endless sea. Ah, such beautiful food was actually eaten by an octopus. It really makes me, a food-loving person, unable to bear to watch it. Idle scholar, it's so wicked. Really, I thought that the big octopus would finally be able to live a good life if it followed Lao Ye, but I didn't expect that it would have to gnaw on the coffin. Don't you want to chew it? Ill-mannered scholar, send it to me, I can chew it even more gracefully than its posture. Yeshi was actually shocked when he saw what Pang Wei said, because his sixth sense actually felt that the method of chewing the coffin that Pang Wei said was most likely true. However, Yeshi refused to admit this matter. After thinking about it for a long time, I found that the rules of this world have great restrictions on me. When he really had no choice but to chew the coffin board by himself, Yeshi was still hesitant. Especially when the system reminded him, Yeshi almost realized the law of true fragrance. However, because Yeshi was really unyielding and didn't want the real fragrance, he finally tried it thousands of times. I thought of a way, which is to use the Kunlun sacred tree as a connection point. Let the Kunlun sacred tree connect its branches to this world, and then let the big octopus crawl along the Kunlun sacred tree and climb into this world. Originally, when Yeshi was still thinking about whether this method was possible. Unexpectedly, when I told the Kunlun sacred tree to connect to this world, the sacred tree would actually run very fast. In almost the next second, Yeshi could see a large tree flashing across the sky. And when the people in the live broadcast room followed Yeshi's line of sight, he was also stunned. Of course, what stunned them the most was that a giant octopus that only appeared in the sea appeared on the big tree in the sky. Kraken, Mom, look, it's our Kraken. I'm super, I can still do this. No, if such a big octopus falls, it will destroy this fairy tale world. Don't come here, Kraken, I'm afraid. Under Yeshi's series of precise commands. After Kraken successfully completed his master's mission, he was sent back by Yeshi. But before it left, it looked at the world very reluctantly, wanting to eat another coffin. It never knew that there could be such delicious food in the world. If the owner hadn't told him to hurry back, he would have been reluctant to leave. Okay, we successfully solved the problem in front of us. Let's step over now to see what's ahead. Yeshi didn't care about this at all because the coffin had been eaten, so Snow White woke up. Just waiting for Snow White to promise her her life, she pointed out the big octopus that was climbing up into the sky. But surprisingly, this Snow White is not like the previous princesses. But a little lost. Then he ignored Yeshi and walked towards the back. However, as he walked past, a poisonous apple fell and rolled right at Yeshi's feet. I want to criticize this world by name. Your behavior is a little too deliberate. Even a fool like me can see it. Why do you think Yeshen can't see it? I accepted the poison apple and will use a more advanced method next time. The fool upstairs, identification completed. What they said is right, even fools know that they shouldn't pick up on such a routine that can be seen at a glance. How can someone like Yeshen pay attention to it? While everyone was having various discussions, Yeshi had already bent down and picked up the poison apple at his feet. It's so strange. I remember that only half of the poison apple in the fairy tale is poisonous, but this poison apple is all poisonous. You also deliberately dropped this poison apple and left it to me. Could it be said that the poison apple will be of great help to the things ahead? Yeshi made various guesses, and the person who was slapped in the face in the live broadcast room changed his method of blowing. Kicking the doorframe. You guys are really a very low-level flattery that can be seen through at a glance. Do we Yeshen need such low-level flattery from you? Sorry, no need. Yeshen, lick it for me. 1,000 miles never leave 1,000 miles. Yeshi made various guesses about this world and the poison apple specially reserved for him in this world. Then in the process of guessing, he strode forward. In a daze, it felt as if a thin film had been broken through, or as if a layer of water had passed through a mirror. Yeshi came to another world? What the hell is this? Yeshi looked at these things in front of him and really didn't understand. Because he came to Ching Ching grassland. Good guy, it's a cycle, right? What is sustainable development? Today I completely understand what these 5 words mean. Still the familiar smell, still the familiar grey wolf. Look, Little Red Riding Hood is picking mushrooms there. The little match girl is still selling matches there. Big Bear is still arguing with Baldy Jiang there. Peppa, I'm a piglet. Yeshi. He couldn't help but hold his forehead. Then he looked at the people in the village and waved to them. Hello everyone, I'm back again. Little Red Riding Hood put the mushrooms she picked in a basket. Then handed the basket to Yeshi. Did the explorer travel around the world? Village Chief Gray told us that you went to find the border of the world. But the world has no borders, and explorer, you went to the wrong place. You should go to the other side to see other villages. Yeshi. He really didn't understand the rules of the world here. And his exploration progress was slow, so he became a little irritated. But he still took the mushroom handed over by Little Red Riding Hood. Thank you. I want to ask, what do you know about this world? Why did I walk back here when I was going to another place? Little Red Riding Hood shook her head, she didn't know. But Pigman stepped forward and told Yeshi. Because you don't have the key, explorer.